All right, guys. So welcome to week 4. So this week, here's our agenda. Here's what we're going to be doing. We're going to focus on unit 7 and 8. So we're moving right along here. So unit 7 is basically talking about elevation views. So elevations, of course, are drawings that show the height of an object. And then in unit 8, we're going to focus on sections and details. Okay, so it's really not possible to show all the details of construction on foundation plans or floor plans or elevations. So when architects want to show you information in a little bit more detail, this is where they put the sections and details portion of it in our blueprint. So this is allowing us to get a little bit better look and a little bit more detailed look at something. So usually the details or the section views are going to be a little bit larger and easier for us to read. Okay, so after you guys have read unit 7 and 8, we'll click on and we'll do our assignment questions like we have been. Those are worth 30 points, and then we will complete the journal entry for the week, and of course that's worth 10 points. So what are some of the key things in units 7 and 8? Well, with the elevations, I'm just going to go to this 2-unit duplex here. When you guys start thinking about the elevation drawings, the exterior elevation drawings, what I want you guys to start doing now is to start orientating yourself, with the building. And so what do I mean by that? You want to do a mental walkthrough around, basically the exterior of the house. So when I have a set of blueprints in my hand for the very first time, that's really what I'm doing. I'm getting acquainted with the blueprints. So I'm looking at the sheet index and I'm figuring out, where the information is, where my elevations are, where my floor plans are, where the foundation plan is. And then I'm looking at, a lot of times, the elevations first, and I'm mentally walking around. So, if we did that with this duplex plan, I'd be looking at this front elevation as if I were standing right there. Like, let's say I rented this left-hand side of the building. All right, this would be my apartment. I'd be looking at that. I would walk around, or around the back, and then at the back I would be seeing the rear of my apartment building here. And then of course the left side here of the building, which is over here. Notice they don't have a right side. Does anybody know why that would be? I know you can't answer that on the computer, but it's because it's the same. So he didn't draw a right side elevation because it would look exactly the same. But anyway, so, I would walk around, and so let's we can do that, and I think you guys, understand, visually what you're doing. But, a lot of what we do in this business is visualizing what stuff looks like. And you're going to be getting really good at that, all right? So mentally you have to visualize, these structures in your mind before they're built. And this is what we do when we're interpreting these blueprints. And so let's see how this corresponds. So let's say that I want to look at this side here, okay? And I want to know what the layout of this apartment is. So I know that I'm going to walk in the entry door here. So let's see what that looks like on the floor plan. So I'm going to walk in the entry here, and it looks like I'm going to walk into a living room here. And there's a little dining area, and I got a little storage closet here. Here's a little L-shaped kitchen, and it looks like I've got 2 bedrooms with 1 bath in here. Okay, so I can physically walk around in these rooms and take a peek at what's going on. Not a huge building. And then I know in back, I want to know what this looks like. So it looks like I've got a window here and a window here. And on this plan, here's a window, right? Let's go in the back. Looks like there's a patio door, a window, and another window. So it looks like I do have a way to use the patio door to walk out. And, you know, if I want to do some grilling or whatever. So this is kind of, you know, what you guys should start thinking about doing. You're acclimating yourselves to what's really going on with the plans. You're visually, you know, walking around the building. You're visualizing. You're mentally inside the building, visualizing the rooms. All right, so that's called orientating yourself to the drawings. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense, and you can kind of see how everything is corresponding here. All right. In Unit 8, we're focusing on sections and details. Okay, so now if I want more specific information, and if I want a little bit better view of certain things, that's where you're going to go and you're going to see, you know, your section or your detail. So on this particular plan, I'm going to show you a couple of areas that you can see that. So on this sheet, first of all, we have, you know, a section view here, and I've shown you guys this before. Man, lots of information all the way from the footing all the way on up to the roof, okay? All these leader lines are pointing to different things, so you can figure out what's what. We've also have some dimension lines here with some heights listed. All right, so notice the scale. 1 inch equals 1 foot. So the scale is a little bit larger than what our floor plan scale is, okay? Here's a roof framing plan. That's just a plan view. But what I wanted to kind of get to show you guys is here's some header details and door frame types and details. So these are things that you're going to see on blueprints, oftentimes blown up. So here we have a scale of 3 inches equals 1 foot. And so what we're looking at is different door jambs, and how we're viewing it is from the top down, okay? So this is basically a picture of what the front door would look like. And this picture here, this B jamb is how it's listed, is going to be a picture of what the interior walls would look like. Notice you have ranch molding on both sides. That's a sure giveaway that that's an interior detail. And this is an exterior detail because there's brick mold. So brick mold's usually something you would see on the exterior of a house. Here we have a detail plan at the firewall. So here's another thing that's blown up, 3 inches equals 1 foot, and that's going to tell us some information on our separation wall that's in the center of this 2-bedroom apartment unit, okay? This is what's separating the 2 units. So we've got some details there that we would have to look at when we're framing. And if you slide over here, we've got a bunch of kitchen elevations. Notice kitchen elevations. This is an elevation view. So again, I could be standing in a certain area of the kitchen and I would be able to figure out where my cabinets went and what size my cabinets are. Okay, so this is another detail that's kind of neat. It allows me to figure out you know, my cabinet sizes, the heights of the cabinets, and I can visually have an understanding of what it might look like. Okay. Then we've got some door types here. So NTS, that means not to scale. It's just showing us some door types. So as you can see on these plans, we've got sections and details, and there's a lot of different information that we can go get as we get more into the plan, right? If I needed to know the information about the cabinets, now I can go in there and I can you know, get a little bit more detailed as to what I'm looking at, okay? So the floor plan is going to show you the layout from the top down, but the kitchen elevations are going to show you what the cabinets are going to look like as if you were standing right in the room, okay? So that is called, you know, orientating yourself to the drawings and, you know, getting a little bit more information on sections and details. All right, so, you know, look at your plans like that, guys, and know that that type of information is going to be very useful, you know, for us as carpenters when we go to those different portions of framing, you know, or finish work, okay? So as always, have a good week. Any questions, give me a holler, email, use the discussion board, or give me a call. All right, we'll see you soon.